right, we're looking at Bitcoin here against the US dollar. It's November 29th, about 3 p.m., 3:15 p.m. Pacific. And we are about 43 minutes away from the next candle, the next daily candle. And what we see here, if you look at this blue line here, this is what we established yesterday as being our next target of support. We see here, this is the first hourly candle that had formed after the first candle of the day. On the hourly, we're on the hourly, so it just blew right past that, and it seems that this area of support that we signified yesterday is actually happening, that this is the support line for this trading day. The whole day, it seemed that was the support. So what we're seeing now is in this last 45 minutes, in this last hourly candle, it's an inside candle, which always shows us that there is indecision in the market. We don't know if the bulls or the bears are in place, or who's controlling what. Looks like it's going both ways. It goes up, it started going down, and goes up, and it's coming back down again. So a lot of indecision. I think a lot of people that know what they're doing, they're probably waiting on the next candle to form, the next daily candle, the next hourly, because we're at the end of the day. This will be the last candle of the hour. So again, we looked at this and we saw that this was going to be the support level. How do we determine this? Very simple. Again, always go back out to the big picture and see what's happening, see what's going on. Okay, so what we see here, and as the month closes, this is a monthly candle. This is the candle that signified all the trading within November. We're coming to the end. We're coming to the end of November. So what we determined here at a couple of videos ago, that this was support level, which it was, and then we determined that the next point of support was going to be at 1797 or 18. Let me go down to a smaller time frame so we can see this exactly. Probably around 1848, $18,048 in that ballpark. I mean, we don't have to be exact here, but we're in the ballpark. How do we determine that? Simple. The last support of the previous days looked like this seemed to be an area where it just couldn't break through until finally it broke through on this day here. But we've already went up the day before yesterday. We had an up candle, broke to the upside, and it closed on the upside. So we were determining that, was this a possibility that we were going to go up again? And looking at the candle formation and the trading, we determined it was, and then hopefully that it was going to break out. But in the morning, we can see this little wick formed by that price action actually going down. So when it opened, it went down and then went back up. So towards the end of the day here, we're seeing a little bit of sell-off, some profit takers. Again, this is not a reversal. We are still in an uptrend. We broke up above the previous day's candle, and we're going to close above the previous day candle unless the bottom falls out in the next 40 minutes. But what we determined was this was going to be our support line. And when we go down to the hourly, sure enough, we see it very clear. This was an area of support. We saw a lot of trading. A couple times it went below, but it just couldn't break it and stay down there. It just kept bouncing off of that. So the bears, they couldn't push beyond this point here, which gives us a good indication that this probably will go up again even more. So if we're looking back again at the big picture, let's see what's happening here. We see we have plenty of room to go up. We can go back and we can test this 19,381 or 19,5, whatever the tip of this candle was exactly. We can test that again. But we've only got a few more days left in this month, and this candle will be history, and we will form another one. But if we keep going on this trend, we're in an uptrend overall. Could it go down and test the bottom? Yes, it could. But even if it does test this bottom, we're only looking at about 13,000 and some change. So it's not going to be a complete catastrophe in the next month, hopefully. So it prognosis, the future looks good. So if you're not in, get in. Again, this was what we determined yesterday to be support, and it's holding as support. So looking again at the future, what do we have in the next couple of days? What do we have to look forward to? We could possibly see a run up to this area. Seems to be pretty consistent with points of resistance. So that would be our next target to hit and surpass that if tomorrow's candle, which in 37 minutes is going to form. And hopefully we can have enough momentum to get through it, or at least test it, and then we'll see what happens from there. And again, we have this to look at, and this is the ultimate goal, is to get beyond this price here, about 19,006, 19,007, somewhere in that ballpark. We need to get above that. And once we do, we're off to the races. Once we break across the historical high, we have no idea where this can go, and that is a good thing. So again, if you bought in down here in the dips, good on you, good for you. If you haven't and you're not ready yet, then don't. Stay out of it. If you don't know what you're doing, sit it out and watch what's going on. Learn, train yourself. There's plenty enough out there, even on YouTube, free stuff that people can teach you how to read technical charts. Do it. Invest your time in this if you want to continue doing it. If you're just an investor, then invest and hold on and quit looking at it every 30 minutes and panicking. You invested, so put it to rest. It's kind of like, seed. When you're going to plant a flower or crops or whatever, you plant it, that's it. You don't sit there every day staring at the ground waiting for the seed to pop. You just plant it and forget it. You spread it and forget it. So same thing. You invest. You're going to be in it for the long haul. This thing, Bitcoin, could go who knows where. Sky's the limit. So if you're in it for the long time, don't worry about it. Invest. Don't worry about it. Now, if you're trading, day trading, swing trading, yes, keep an eye on it, and you better know what you're doing or you're going to get burned. So again, train yourself, learn, and just invest in your own knowledge, because knowledge is going to be what's going to get you ahead and what's going to keep your fears and your emotions in check. You've got to know what you're doing. If not, then you're going to be fearful. And anytime you see something like this, the red candles, then you're going to panic, you're going to doubt yourself, and you're going to end up selling like here, and then wondering what happened here. You're going to get caught holding the bag on a loss, and then you're going to sell in panic when you could have just held it out and rode it out. So again, things are looking good. We're in a positive upswing, it looks like here. And again, what are we looking at for our next target is again in this area here. Let's see. Somewhere here, if we can break this again, this will be our next support level. So again, we're targeting about 18,874. We're only about 650, somewhere around there, out of there. So we'll see what happens in the next half hour. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So traders, good luck. Continue on, study, train, and good luck.